Good day everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'll be showing you how to trace an image with Bezier tool in Pixellab. If you are watching my video for the first time, kindly subscribe. And if you have been watching my video and you're yet to subscribe, please subscribe. Let's dive in. Now I want to trace this image with Bezier tool. How do we do that? You go to Bezier tool, you can find it where you manage your object here. This guy here. Choose this guy and you see the Bezier tool here. Click on it. Now when you click on it, you see something like this, and this is where you control your Bezier tool. We have the Bezier mode here, actions, stroke, opacity, stroke color, and all that. Now under Bezier mode, we have where to add anchor points, where you can just click and add other points there. Now, so let's say I've added these points and I want to go back. I can just use this guy to delete those points I just created. Now let's trace. I want to start with just one point, so I want to delete this guy here. I can delete from here, and I have only one anchor point. Now let's say I want to move this guy here, this point, I want to move it here to start my tracing. But if I click, it's creating another point. How do I do that? You delete the anchor points you just created, and you see this guy here, you click on it, then you can move your anchor point. Can you see? The good news there is that it's not a must you click on this particular point. You can just click beside it. If your hand is blocking your view, you can just click beside it and move. Can you see? You can just click and move. Can you see where I'm clicking? You can just click and move to wherever you want to move it to. Now let's create anchor points. Before that, let me tell you the difference between this guy and this guy here. This guy can also move. This guy can also move. But the difference there is that this guy only moves points, but this guy moves the whole shape. When you create this shape and you click on this guy, that means you want to deform it. But if you click on this guy, that means you want to move the whole shape. Now let's create. Let me just place it. Now I want to add another point. I'll click on this one, then I'll add. Now if you think this stroke is too thick, you can just decrease it so that you see what you're tracing. You would want to zoom to see what you are doing very well. This is the point I just added. Can you see it's not straight? Then you can move with this guy again. Remember I told you this guy can move this point here. So when you click on it, you move this point here, straighten it, and it's there. Now let's add another point. Remember to click on this guy back, and click on it, you add another point wherever you want to add it. Then when you add another point, you have something like this. Oh, you'll be thinking, this thing is not the way I want it. You have to control and set it to your own tone. Then how do we do that? You go back to where you manage your points here. Then you see this thing here where you can move your shape, where you can construct your shape and construct it in the way you want it. Then when you click this guy, you set it to wherever you want. You see this guy here? Don't struggle with this one. because this point is the one that straightens this line. If you mess with it to be a curve shape, so don't mess with this guy, you talk with this guy. You can click on this again, move it, go back here, move it till you get something you want. Can you see how I'm moving it? It's not a must to click on this mouse. You can click beside it to move it. Can you see? Can you see? When you want to toggle within point, when you want to choose another point, you click on the point before moving. Click on the point before moving. Click on the point before moving. Then you get something like this. Can you see? Now let me go up. Now let's add another anchor point. Click on this adding, go back here, repeat the same process. If you want a straight line, make sure this thing is straight. Can you see this one is straight? That means from here to here you have a straight line. But when you click on this, can you see this one a little bit not straight? You have to straighten it by yourself. When you straighten it, you have a straight line. Can you see? Now you add another point. You go back to where you manage the point. This guy is straight, you leave it. This one is not straight. You see this guy here? You bring it down. This one is straight. This is one that sets the straight line. Don't toggle with it. Just bring this guy back here and straighten it. Can you see? We have straight lines now. So you can play around with it. Now let me just quickly do it. You repeat the same process till you finish. Now let's move on. Now it remains more to finish it. Now to do this, if you want to close the this thing without creating any other points, you just want to close it directly. Let me say this. If you mistakenly create an anchor point, I've said it earlier. If you mistakenly create an anchor point and you want to delete it, you use this guy. Remember that? Now this guy beside this guy here, this one here, if you want to close the mouth, like you are near closing it, you want to close the mouth, and just click on this one and it will connect together. One thing about this connection, you can break the connection again. You can deactivate the connection here, and if you click it again, you connect it again. One thing about this connection, if you don't connect this anchor point, you won't be able to fill the color. If you don't connect these points together at the end of the day, you won't be able to, can you see? You won't be able to fill in the color. Remember that? Now when you connect the points, you might not get a perfect shape. You have to repeat the same process to have something cool. Let me just quickly do it. Now we have something like this. Let me just zoom out for you to see. Now we have completed the tracing. Now let's fill in the color. Remember I told you, not until you connect the point before you can be able to give it color. I've connected the points. Now I want to give it a color. But before giving it a color, no man is perfect. You have to click OK first, then click out to check what you've done. If you see any dents, like probably okay, this place is not good or something like that, you can just click on it again. You see this edit, you can click on it again, then you can re-edit whatever you think is not that cool. Can you see? You can still re-edit them. Then when you're done, you can change the color to anything you want, anything at all, any color. Can you see? Now you can remove the stroke if you don't want it. When you're done, you press OK. Can you see? You can now move it as shape. Can you see? So that's how you traced an image in Pixellab with your Bezier tool. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you are yet to subscribe, please subscribe for more tutorial. Hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.